Glock Force Reset Kit. First thing you're going to want to do, let's just show clear. Okay. We're all clear. Okay. All right, so first thing you want to do, right? Let's take your slide off. We're going to punch all 3 pins out. Some cases may have a slight different orientation. Some may just have to, but all in all, push your pins out. That's 1. That's your trigger pin. Slide stop pin. We're going to pop our locking block out. Okay. So that's everything. Once you get all 3 pins popped out, you're going to want to take your locking block out, and then you're just going to pull from your trigger housing right by the ejector. Just pretend this is your stock trigger assembly in your Glock, okay? So you'll take that out, put that to the side. You'll put your Force Reset Kit in, okay? And you're just going to drop the housing right in, okay? So just drop it right in. Cool. We'll put our locking block back on. Okay. Next, we're going to put our trigger shoe pin in. Okay, so we'll just put it in. And we'll just line it up with the trigger shoe. You just have to pull by the shark fin. This time it went in pretty easy. So we'll keep it right there, right? Let's go ahead and put our trigger housing pin in. Okay. And I won't be doing this now. I did have to give my slide stop away to someone who had a Gen 5 Glock model. For the Gen 5s, as of right now, this will be fixed soon, but you'll have to take your ambidextrous slide stop out and put a Gen 1 through 4 slide stop in, okay? Too much, it's too crowded in there, so the Gen 1 through 4 works well. As far as the Glock 43X, you do not have to do that. For the Glock 43, 43X, and the 48, you do not have to do anything. Once you drop this in, it's good to go. Okay, so let's go ahead. We'll grab our trip, right? And we're going to drop it in there. Again, line it up. It may take a little second, but it's no problem. None of this is a demolition project either, so let me see. Just trying to line up that pin in there. You can take a punch and put it through on this side and keep it lined up. Might be doing this a little too fast. There we go. Okay, so you'll push that in. Leave a little bit of space left, obviously, to put your slide stop in, all right? So you'll just push in, okay? Push in, and then push your pin in. And that's it for that, okay? And then you'll see your trip sitting right on top of the trigger shoe. We'll grab our slide. You should have a reduced safety plunger spring in your kit. You just want to take your stock one out and put the reduced safety plunger spring here, okay? So you'll just take your firing pin spring out, pop your extractor out, put your firing pin, your plunger safety spring in, okay? Once you got all those pins locked in, I am using a 22-pound recoil spring on the Glock 21 as well as the PSA dagger full size. Okay, I have got it to run with the stock 18 pound, but for continued use, 22 pound. Okay, put your slide on. You do a quick function test. Okay, trigger pull. All right, semi works good. So now, best way to do a function test. Some people, they got that, they got a death grip on the trigger finger, and they can barely rack the slide back. Just go ahead, fire, simulate fire. So you shoot, boom, slide will go back. Take your finger off the trigger. Once the trigger is dead, slide goes back, forces the reset. And then right before it comes home, you can put your finger on the trigger now once you rack it back. And then as you hold in the trigger, and then it also resets. You can stop whenever you choose to do so. This isn't a runaway. If you can get double taps in, you can do that. Okay. But that's it for the general installation.